y-intercept.
What is that?
Shh. Use
Okay.
rise over run using the slope from the y-intercept to find another point on the line. And then you connect the dots. Example, the first one we're going to do, we're going to graph y is equal to 1 over 3x plus 2.
If you could zoom out.
I know.
Okay.
Has everybody got this down? Okay. So that's our steps we're going to do. The first thing we're going to graph is that. Now, is this in slope-intercept form? Can anybody answer that question? Is it in the form y equals 2?
Yes.
So what is my slope? 1 over, isn't it the number in front of x? What is my y-intercept? All right, everybody stop and watch. Okay? First thing I do, go to the y-intercept. What's the y-intercept? Isn't this your y-axis and this your x? So that's where it intersects the y-axis, so I go up to 1, 2. From that point, I'm going to use rise over run. Stop writing and pay attention. I'm going to use rise over run to find another point on the line. So since the slope is 1/3, I'm going to go up 1 because up is positive, right? So it's rise over run, so I'm going to go up 1 and then to the right because it's positive, 1, 2, 3. Make another dot. See, I'm using slope equal to 1 over 3. Everybody see that? Everybody see how the y-intercept was right there at 2? Okay. Now, I did the second step. Now what do I do? What's the third step say?
Connect the dots.
Connect the dots. And I want you to connect the dots from one side of the graph to the other. So you will need to go all the way from here, all the way down, all the way over to here. Make an arrow on each side. You have now graphed. This is the graph of y is equal to 1/3 x plus 2. Hopefully at this juncture, do we remember doing that? Okay? I have a question for you guys. What about y? What about y is greater than 1/3 x plus 2? Where do you think that is going to be?
Just a range going from the wider side.
No, I'm talking about all the things greater than 1/3 x plus 2. Here's what you do. You're talking about the y is greater than, and everyone needs to be looking up here instead of writing. That means everyone, not just people who feel like it. Is this, go to your y-axis. This is how I've always taught how to do this. Am I talking about the y is greater than or the y is less than? What does this say? Greater than. Which way on the y-axis do the y's get bigger? On this side. So that's the side of the line you shade. That is where y is greater than 1/3 x plus 2. The red is where y is what? Equal to 1/3 x plus 2. as you would imagine, I'm probably gonna have another question. And my question is, what do you think the graph of y is less than 1/3 x plus 2 would be? Don't need to write, just look. What do you guys think? Huh? Go to your y-intercept. Where are the y's less than? Going down or going up? Boom. Here's a point where it's less than, right? So I shade what? On that side of it, everywhere on that side of it. Because these lines go on forever and ever, it can be a little confusing because it's not just below and above necessarily. The best thing to do is put it in slope-intercept form, go to the y-axis, and decide, just worry about 1 point above or 1 point below. If they're talking about greater, go up to 1 point above. Wherever you are, that's the side you shade, if it's greater. If it's less than, go to 1 point what? Where it's less than, and see which side you're on there. This is the graph of y is what? 1/3 x plus 2. So you see how there's 3 different graphs here. Agreed? Now, copy that down. When you get done, draw yourself another XY coordinate plane underneath this one. Make it a little smaller.
How small is a little small?
I don't know. I want to put 2 more on this sheet of paper. So whatever you got to do that. Tell me when I can go on to the next one. Anybody else need it up here? Okay, then we'll move up to right here. First, we're going to graph y is equal to 5. I'm sorry, x is equal to 5. Where would that be? Go to where x is 5. That would be to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right there, right? Now, where does it stay 5? If I right there, is my x-coordinate still 5? Huh? Right here is my x-coordinate still 5.
No.
But here is where it stays 5, isn't it? That's a vertical line. So this is the graph of x equal to 5. Would everyone agree? Now, let's go with the x's greater than 5. Where do you think that would be? Where do the x's get bigger? To the right or to the left?
To the right.
Right.
So this would be where x is greater than 5. Shading all this way. Everyone agree?
Yeah.
What about the x's less than 5. Would that be to the left or to the right? Huh? Excuse me?
Process of elimination.
Yes, but don't the x's get smaller that direction?
Yeah.
So that's where x is what? Less than 5. Easy peasy, huh? Make sure you got that down. Everybody okay? Tell me when I can go on to the next one. We good? Okay. Next one. First, we're going to graph y is equal to 3. Where's the y coordinate 3? 1, 2, 3. Right here, correct? Which way do the y's stay 3? Going up and down or left and right? Huh? What's the y coordinate right here? What do you think, Blake? Are you on your phone?
No.
What do you hear? Is the y coordinate 3 right here? Right there, is it 3? Anybody help him?
Yeah.
It is 3, isn't it? That's to the right 1 and up 3. How about right here? Is the y coordinate 3?
No. Yeah.
How about right here?
No.
How about here?
Yeah.
So if you notice, everywhere along this horizontal line is where your y coordinate is equal to what? 3. Go from one side of the graph to the other. That's everywhere where the y is equal to 3. Now, let's talk about the y's greater than 3. Where do the y's get bigger, up or down?
Up.
So that's everywhere y is greater than 3, is it not? So I would shade on this side. Where do the y's get less than 3?
Down.
You guys act like it's easy, but the key is graphing it first. Any questions on that? We are going to go on to a different page. Thing is, we've talked about graphing, all 3 of them on the same one. What we need to talk about is what type of line you draw and how you graph it when, according to the sign you have. Everybody good? Okay. If you have an equal sign, you draw a solid line. Greater than or equal to, less than or equal to, you draw a what? Solid line. However, greater than or less than, you draw a dashed or dotted line. Okay? Draw yourself another XY coordinate plane. They want you to graph y is greater than 1/3 x. first thing we go to? Is it in slope-intercept form? What's the slope? No.
No, one over
1 over 3. However, what is the y-intercept? What can I make this? Plus what? 0? That's why my y-intercept is 0. Alright, you guys can draw this just a second. Everybody stop. Let's go ahead and get this done so we can... Alright, y-intercept is 0. So where's the y-intercept? Right here where they intersect. Would you agree?
Yes.
So that's my y-intercept. From there, I go what? Up 1, to the right, 1, 2, 3. Now, at this point, what type of line am I supposed to make?
Dash.
It's greater than, so it's a dashed line. So you don't make a solid line here. Use your straight edge and just make it dashed. That shows that you're not including that. Now, at this point, you go to your y-intercept. Everyone look up here. Everyone see the dashed line. From this point, you go to your y-intercept. Say, am I talking about greater than or less than? So, which is the next point on the y-axis that's greater than? Up one? Whatever side you're on, that's the side you shade. See, the other ones we did had all 3 of them on it, didn't it? But when they just ask you to do just one, you have to say whether you're including this or not. Make sense? Now, on your assignment, it is only 15 problems. Do all problems on graph paper draw all graphs even the ones from the book. Write problems, draw figures, show all steps and work. Here's where I'll give you a break. Everybody look at number 1. No, I mean, everybody look at number 13. This isn't much of a break. All you have to do for your answer, you do have to draw and I want you to do a good job drawing the slope correctly, because I want you guys to practice basically drawing these lines. Okay, knowing how to graph them. All you have to do, you don't have to write A, B, and C and circle one, you just have to write the correct answer. Okay? But it's only 15 problems. I know this is a pain. Should be okay. Should not take you long. I expect them done this way. The reason I'm having you draw them